Yes? Yes, this is Mrs. Scorpio. You mean it's here? That's wonderful. Can you send it over right away? Fantastic. Thank you. Goodbye.
Who was that?
No, nobody really.
Really?
It was just somebody trying to sell something.
You know, if I didn't know better, I'd think that you were trying to hide something from me.
That's ridiculous. Why would I do something like that?
Well, you seem to hang up the phone a lot when I walk into the room of late. That's if you hadn't noticed.
You know something? I think you were an agent for much too long. I mean, you're suspicious when there's absolutely no reason to be.
You think? Let me tell you, the enemy is everywhere. At this point, reading the day's paper, it goes in the name of Jackie Templeton.
Oh, don't tell me that you're having lunch with Grant is considered news.
No, but it makes for a good editorial.
Oh, I don't think I care to read this on an empty stomach.
Wish they'd give it a sports page.
Well, this is absurd, just because you're friends with him.
Well, evidently the press takes the position that friends should not be seen in public.
Well, I can think of a few reporters who shouldn't be. Oh, hi, Lee.
Holly. Sorry I didn't call first. Oh, Robert. I'm afraid we have to talk. About this.
What time do you have?
Darling, about 2 minutes later than the last time you asked. Yeah. I know it's hard, Grant, but you've got to try and relax a little bit.
Well, Jake should be here by now.
Well, watching the clock isn't going to get in here any sooner.
I know. I just want as much time with him as I can get.
You'll have a lot of time. On the plane, all the way to Albany. Grant, I just wish I could be going with you.
So do I, Celia, but it's a closed hearing. I'm permitted to have counsel present, but no one else.
Grant, everything is going to be fine. I just know it.
I just hope it is. See, if they hold my past against me, I'm dead.
You are a brilliant doctor. Isn't that all that's important? And you have never done anything to harm a patient. Not ever.
You'd think that would count for something, wouldn't you?
Darling, this is a new year. A whole new year. So let's try to think positively.
I am trying, Celia. Believe me, I'm trying. I can't just forget about the fact that whatever that board decides today will determine our future.
Help me.
What?
Please. It's the arthritis. It's hard for me to settle into a chair.
Well, here, you take my hand. I'll help you sit down.
Oh, no, it would be easier if you could take my arm instead.
What?
I said take my arm instead.
Yes, all right. Watch your step.
Yes.
Just sit down. Dr. Borden! I remembered someone who can help me.
Hold it there.
Someone who knows who I am. You can call him.
Calm down.
Henry Armistead. Henry Armistead. He's the family lawyer. He can prove I am who I say I am.
If I seemed a little abrupt when I came in this morning, I'm sorry, but I am really concerned about this.
I've read the article, Lee.
Well, then you agree that it's worth discussing, huh?
Under the circumstances,
I would have
yes.
suggested that we met at City Hall, but the timing is bad. I have to perform a function as soon as I get there, and it happens to be a very happy one.
Do you mind if I ask what?
No, it's Bobby and Brock have asked me to marry them.
This morning? Oh, that's wonderful.
Bobby certainly deserves his share of happiness.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a big ceremony?
No, it's quite the opposite. They've asked for it to be in my office, and just Ruby and Dan are going to be there as witnesses.
Convey our best wishes, please.
Yes, I'll do that. Now, can we get to this?
And dispose of it quickly, I hope.
Well, if you mean by that ignore it, I'm afraid we can't, and I had that brought home to me very forcefully this morning before I came here.
How?
Well, a chairman of one of the citizens' committees dropped in about this article.
You don't mean he supported it, do you?
It wasn't a matter of supporting it, Holly. It's just that he wants to know what kind of friends you're keeping, Robert, and he issued me a warning.
About what?
About my entire administration as mayor. You see, I must be above reproach, and so must all of my appointed officials.
Did the chairman really think that you needed reminding?
Look, whether we agree with him or not doesn't matter. The man has a right to be heard, Holly. And all public officials are subject to constant scrutiny.
And what about the police commissioner's private life? Or suddenly does the word private now become obsolete?
I am not passing judgment here. You can associate with anyone you want. I respect the man myself, and I have sympathy for his problems. But, exactly, there are people out there who are not as broad-minded as we are. Look, while we are in this budget crunch, we all have to be circumspect. Now, Jackie has mentioned your use of the limousine, your charging restaurant meals on the city when you're out with friends. Now, that can all be construed as misuse of taxpayers' funds. I'm sure you agree that under these circumstances, we cannot afford even the appearance of impropriety.
Look, of course I agree. But you've got to understand that this whole thing is the vendetta of one Ms. Templeton.
Well, I do understand that, but that has nothing to do with the fact that you cannot appear to be extravagant with public funds.
I'd hardly call Kelly's extravagant.
No, I know that. And what I'm doing here is not meant in any way as a reprimand. But I've decided under the circumstances that I must cancel your use of the limousine and the driver.
Well, I can't say that it pleases me, but I will try to understand.
Well, I was sure you would, Robert. Oh. One more word to the wise, if I may.
What?
If you do have any interest in a political career, associating with Grant Putnam is not a good idea.
There. Your image is impeccable, sir.
See, I doubt that that's even going to get me a single vote at this hearing.
Grant, will you stop being so pessimistic? It's going to be fine.
Yeah, I'm trying. If they'll just let me keep my license. I mean, I could consider getting a private practice set up if I can't find a job here on the staff at the local hospitals.
Well, either way, it'll work out. And with my trust fund money due to come in this week, we can start looking for a house of our own.
Celia,
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said it.
you do understand why.
Yes, I understand. You want to make it on your own without any help from me, right?
Wrong. I want to make it on my own without any money from you. Celia, your help has been the only thing that's been getting me through this. You do realize that, don't you?
I do what I do. Because I love you. You'd do the same for me, wouldn't you, if I were in your position? Right back. Grant.
Morning.
Good morning.
Ah, good. I see we're all set.
Yeah.
You look chipper this morning.
Yeah, you sure do. I could use a bit of that myself.
Come on, come on. Let's not start off with a negative attitude today.
Then you're optimistic about the hearing?
Well, first thing a lawyer learns is never try to second-guess a jury. Same thing applies to a medical panel. I do think we have a fighting chance, though.
Oh, good. Then you are hopeful.
Realistic is a better word. Let's not forget that they do have legitimate reasons for taking away Grant's license if they want to be hard-nosed about it.
But that's not the whole story.
Exactly. And I'm not going to let them forget that. We're going to show that Grant has done good work, that he has cooperated, that he will continue to cooperate. I think that's our real strength here. So, you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Do you have time for coffee?
No. We really have to get going.
Thanks.
Grant, I'm thinking about you every minute.
I know you will, Celia. I know you will. Let's go, Jake.
Okay. Don't worry.
Dr. Dr. Borden, did you hear what I said? Are you listening?
Yes, yes, I'm listening. Now, see if you could calm down, old boy, and tell me everything from the beginning.
I remember the name of our family lawyer on Long Island. Armistead, Henry Armistead.
Go on.
Go on? Well, don't you understand? He can prove that I am Grant Putnam.
Armistead, it just came to you like that?
Yes, Henry Armistead. He just ask for Long Island, New York.
Solicitor, a lawyer's office.
Yes, our family attorney. He's known me for years. Well, what are you waiting for?
All in good time, old boy. Now, look, yes, I will speak to Dr. Tremaine, and if he agrees, we'll call this Henry Armistead today.
Look, Doctor, there's nothing to consult about. I want you to call Henry Armistead now.
Look, I understand your enthusiasm, old boy, but we have lots to think about.
Oh, wait a second. Are you saying that you're not going to call him?
No, that's not what I said.
No, you said that there were things to think about.
Now, look, you're not listening.
No, Doctor, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid it's you who's not listening. You see, I just gave you a piece of information that could affect my life, and you tell me you understand my enthusiasm? You're damn right I'm enthusiastic. Doctor, I am delirious.
No, please.
I want to get out of this place. Don't you understand that? Now call Henry Armistead.
Yes, try not to get so excited.
No, Doctor, the hell, I won't get excited. I want to get out of here. He's going to get me out of here. Now, please, call Henry Armistead. He'll tell you
Gail, how did you ever have the time to do all of this?
Oh, just some champagne and flowers, that's all.
Oh, and with all your other additional responsibilities.
Well, it was just kind of a last-minute idea. I just thought the place needed to look a little more festive, you know. And you can't have a wedding without a champagne toast. I think you're wonderful to do it.
Oh, I wish Luke and Laura were here to share it.
Well, I know they'd want to be. Have you heard from them?
Yes, they called last night.
How are they?
On Cloud 9, apparently. Or was that the number of the highway?
They said they were going to take each day as it came. Well, they said each day is better than the one before.
Well, I love their adventurous spirit.
Well, I'm glad they got an adventurous spirit at the same time.
That's right. Otherwise, there would have been fireworks.
With Luke and Laura, there always seem to be fireworks.
They really are made for each other.
I think it runs in our family. I think that Bobby and Brock are made for each other.
I agree. Only Brock and I are going to stay put. We're going to make our own adventures right here.
Well, you're not wrong, Bobby. Marriage in itself is an adventure.
You hear that, my girl? That is advice from an expert.
Excuse me, I just have to finish decorating, okay?
Can I speak to you for a moment?
Rube, I think you ought to go help Gail.
You know, they say all brides are beautiful. Looking at you, I know it's true.
Oh, Dan, I'm so glad you're here. I can't think of anybody I'd rather have stand up for us.
I'm the one who's honored. You know something, Bob? I feel just like I'm giving away my own daughter.
I've always felt very close to you, Dan, and especially today.
Well, excuse me, but now is everybody ready?
Why, are you kidding? I've been waiting all my life for this moment.
I take it that means yes, huh?
Loud and clear.
All right, now, if everyone will just take their places, please.
Yeah, I guess so.
Bride and groom, if you'll just turn this way, be good.
Thank you. Oh, yes, thanks, yes.
Thank you, Dan.
All right, Dan, that's fine. Okay, dear friends, although this is a civil ceremony, I'm sure you all agree when I remind you that we are gathered together here in the sight of God in the face of this company to join together this man and this woman in holy matrimony, which is an honorable estate instituted by God. So if you two will please join hands.
You know, I'm just so thrilled for Bobby. I mean, of course, for Brock, too. But I wonder if they're actually in the middle of the ceremony right now. And you realize where they're getting married? Where we were married.
Yeah.
In the mayor's office. Isn't that nice?
Well, so much for the little walk down memory lane. I've got to get to the office.
Have some tea.
This is my third cup.
Well, have some more.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Look, what's with this tea bit?
Well, actually, it was just an excuse. I want to talk to you. I'm very concerned.
Well, about Bobby's vows at the ceremony?
No. About Lee.
Lee's ability to conduct the wedding?
No, what he said about Grant.
Now, look. You weren't listening to me. We went through all of this.
I just want to make sure that I understand exactly how you feel. And we're not going to stop seeing Celia and Grant, are we?
You weren't listening, were you?
Well, tell me again.
All right. We will continue to see the Putnams, huh?
No, I was hoping you'd feel that way.
Look, wait a minute. Now. Not more than 5 minutes ago, we did all of this. What's going on?
I guess I just wanted to verify what I thought I heard.
Something is going on, isn't it?
What would make you say that?
A whole list of things. You've been prattling on like a parakeet all morning. You're repeating yourself, a dead giveaway, and you're trying to drown me in tea. Now, I fear that there is some ulterior motive for you stalling that you're not admitting to.
Why do you say that?
That's exactly what I'm asking you.
Well, Don't move, stay right there.
I swear this is like Alice in Wonderland.
There's a Scorpio.
Oh, thank goodness you're here. Where is it?
It's here, ma'am. My partner's just bringing in it. Here it comes now.
Holly, who is it?
Oh, stay right there. Did you have any problems getting it here?
Not too bad.
Look, what's the trouble here,
You
Holly?
were about to sneeze.
God, I don't believe it. What?
It's a wallaby.
Wallaby?
It's a
Definitely a wallaby.
It's a belated gift.
Come here, Ralph.
It's a belated gift from me to you. Merry Christmas, darling.
Operation Wallaby complete.
Poor little creature. I hope he won't get scared down in the storage room.
Are you kidding? He's having a great time down there. He's jumping on the shelf, he's on the boxes, he's on the trunk, he's on the light, he's on the staircase. He's all over the place. Seventh heaven.
Did he eat all his lunch?
All 6 letters heads.
6?
Mm.
I had no idea he'd be so voracious.
Well, he's also adorable.
So you do like him?
How could I not like him? I mean, let's face it, we're related.
For a minute there, I thought you were angry at me.
It is the most incredible Christmas present I've ever had. And you're incredible. Tell me, how'd you ever think of it?
Well, remember you were always telling me about how when you were a kid in Australia, you had a wallaby.
True.
And it was your prized possession. Well, I thought it would be nice for you to have another one. So I heard you could get a stuffed one, but I figured you deserved the real thing.
I have the real thing. You. You're a lot more cuddly, but a lot more expensive.
Well, nobody's perfect. It's a shame, you know. I thought we'd be able to keep him for a couple of days, but I had no idea he'd get that energetic.
Yeah, the zoo are overjoyed to get the phone call, too. They can't wait to get their hands on Ralph B. Scorpio. Catchy name, huh?
Ralph. It's going to be fun to visit him and see him grow.
And grow. And grow. And grow. And...
There can't be the zoo people already.
You're right, it can't be. I told the trainer to go into the storage area and pick him up. Wait a minute. We haven't got any more little surprises, have we?
No, definitely not.
We'd tell Robert, wouldn't we?
We would.
All right.
Ophelia!
Come in, love.
I'm sorry for barging in like this. If you two are busy,
We're not busy. You're not barging in. And please, don't apologize.
You know, this may sound incredible, but when I was just coming in, you won't believe what I saw going out. A kangaroo.
Actually, it was a wallaby.
Oh, a wallaby. Well, that explains it.
It was my Christmas present for Robert. It's now on permanent loan to the zoo.
Why don't we celebrate that with a drink?
How about lunch?
That, too.
I am interrupting, aren't I?
No, absolutely you're not. Come on, take off your coat.
Holly, what a wild gift.
Wild and wonderful.
That's what I thought. It's a shame you didn't get a chance to hold him. He's so cute.
Hold him. You got to catch him first.
It's sort of like a fur coat in perpetual motion.
Anyway.
Well...
It was indeed a Christmas present to end all Christmas presents.
I just don't know what I'm going to do for an encore.
Oh, I'm sure you'll think of something.
Actually, all I'm thinking about now is lunch.
That's a good idea. Celia, join us.
I'm sorry. I had to get out of the house.
Oh, of
What
course.
with friends hearing in Albany, I am just jumping out of my skin.
Well, just come and sit down and join us. We're glad you're here.
Are you sure? I read the editorial page today, and I realized that Grant and I are really bringing things down on you.
Well, we've all had our share of yellow journalism. Best just to ignore it.
I'd understand if you want to keep your distance.
And give Jackie Templeton the satisfaction? No way. You and Grant are our friends.
You have no idea how happy I am to hear that. Especially with what Grant's going through right now.
Grant, sit down and relax. You're going to wear yourself out before they ever call us in.
Jake, what is taking them so long? Don't they realize my whole life is at stake here?
Relax, Grant. Things will start soon enough.
Hey, is there anything we've overlooked?
No, not that I can think of. I am a little sorry that I didn't think of certain items a little earlier in the game.
Fyodor Porchenko.
Yeah, it would have been a great help if we could prove that you received the proper education in your country before you went to England. Fyodor Porchenko would have been a big help.
Yeah, you tried your best. The DVX just beat you to him.
Well, like I said, I think we have a real fighting chance.
You know, surely those 3 doctors have to understand the DVX attitude towards me.
I don't even want to bring up that issue. We'll just have to stress that you've been an excellent doctor and a loyal American. I don't want to exercise the past if it's not going to be to our benefit.
All right, what's my strong suit?
Well, basically, that if the State Department could forgive you, well, then the Medical Conduct Board should be able to do the same thing.
You know, I still think that we should stress my medical record. I mean, it should be my abilities as a doctor that concern those men.
I know. Unfortunately, as with a trial, things are not that cut and dry. We can present the facts, of course, but if that doesn't work, our approach has to be emotional. Those are our only real choices.
We're ready for you now, gentlemen.
Thank you.
This way, please.
Well, all set?
You know something, Jake? I've been in a lot of tight situations. I mean, I've gone against spies and guns, and even Gregory Malko. But nothing has ever scared me as much as facing those 3 doctors in there.
How are we doing with our overseas call? The circuit should be clear by now, don't you think?
Yes, all right. Let's try again now. And just hope this Henry Armistead is still in his office.
Yeah, and sitting down, I hope. He's in for a bit of a shock if 402 is who he says he is.
Yes. Oh, yes, Miss Barrows, would you try my trunk call to the States again, please? Oh, you are? Good. She thinks we're getting through now.
Oh, good.
Would you care for tea?
Not just yet, thanks.
Yes, Mr. Armistead? One moment, please.
My name is Borden, Mr. Armistead. I'm on staff at the Rockmore Mental Institute in Cornwall, England. Is our connection all right your end?
Yes, yes, I can hear you quite plainly, Doctor. Yeah. It is Doctor, I assume.
Oh, that's quite correct. Now, I'll come straight to the point. We have a patient here who has been institutionalized for 8 years. And during those entire 8 years, he has been mute. He hasn't talked.
I see.
Now, he's diagnosed as a victim of amnesia. But just recently, he has not only begun to talk, he also claims to have recovered his memory. And he attributes this, well, rather startling recovery to having read an article about a spy scandal there in America.
Yes, I'm with you. Go on.
Well, the man claims that his name is Putnam. Grant Putnam. And he assures us that you can verify that.
That again, huh? I thought so.
Sorry?
Doctor, this is approximately the 32nd call I've had regarding Grant Putnam.
Really?
All in the short time since this spy story surfaced.
Well, I'm a bit confused, Mr. Armistead. Do you know Grant Putnam?
I knew him quite well, Doctor. You see, I was his family's attorney.
You're using the past tense, sir?
Deliberately. Because I must tell you, I'm convinced that Grant Putnam is dead.